to the Hops and Bops podcast. My name is Tom. I'm Joe. Oh, jeez, I shook the whole thing.
He just told us, don't shake the camera.
Listen,
What'd you do? Shake
The
camera.
powerful
Sit on
clap,
your hands.
it resonated through the whole room,
Sit on
shook
your
the
hands.
thing. Sit on your hands. Today's episode is mine, and I've chosen to do the album Malibu by Anderson Paak. And to pair with that is the second part of our Abomination accidental miniseries. This is Fuck 2021 as well.
Excuse me.
Oh, thank you. It's a triple IPA. It clocks in at 9.7%. So we're gonna be feeling ourselves a little bit.
Especially after the double we just had.
Yeah, we're only gonna do one. I'm excited. So they had a Fuck 2020 when it came when that was a thing. You remember that?
Yes.
I did not have that one, but I'm excited for this one because it's like a little sequel to it.
So I mentioned it last episode. I believe they won a can design award for Fuck 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, their can designs are stellar.
Which led me to do a little research and find out that their can designs are by a man named Sam Heimer.
Heimer.
And he's a Philadelphia-based illustrator and artist. And most of his artwork is like skulls, gothic, Halloween, like their cans. The very like sketch style looking writing and very dark colors with a few pops of almost like they call it like what do they call it? Grunge punk or something. There's I forget what the name of it is, and it's like where you have all the dark colors, but then you have like a pop of red, or you have like the pop of like a neon green.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what his artwork looks like. It's cool stuff.
It is really cool.
Fits their vibe.
Yeah.
You know, and what they're going for. So kind of cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's try it out.
This is the point where we
a clink.
cheers.
Cheers.
Smooth again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty similar to the last one. Like
I was
obviously,
gonna say,
This is fucking dangerous.
yeah,
It's a little fruitier than the last one.
yeah. You can taste it a little bit that it's definitely not a double. It's a triple. Have we done a triple on the episode on
Is
the
it
show
a triple
before?
though? Because I'm
this is
reading
our-
it's a double.
It's
I
a triple
see
dry
double.
hopped. It says right in the
Triple
Oh,
can.
triple
Dry-
dry hopped.
Oh,
Not a triple IPA.
Not a triple
I
IPA.
was mistaken.
Gotcha.
It's triple dry hopped double. Okay.
Okay. So it's triple dry hop, which means like even more flavor.
Okay.
Yes.
My mistake.
That's okay. But it's still a double. Okay.
Still
That makes
it's
me
a
feel
double.
better. But it's 9.7.
It's
still.
more percent than
So,
the
yeah.
last one. Yeah, because
I can't find what hops are in it. Did you find it on Beer Advocate?
I
couldn't.
don't have the hops, but it definitely has like that citrusy flavor going. A lot more of a fruity flavor than the last one.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of the hops though on any of these sites.
This will obviously be an expletive or explicit episode
Yes,
because of
yes,
the
well,
title.
A lot of F-bombs.
Fuck it.
Cunt.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites.
Mike. Were we playing charades or something? It sounded like you said it like you had to like guess it, get it out of your mouth. Oh wait. Yeah. It sounds like
One word.
Sounds like bunt. What the fuck? Oh shit.
That's one of my favorites.
Sounds
Okay,
like
here we
it.
go. Fuck 2021 as well. Let's see. It just shows the label.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty recent, obviously.
Yeah.
Bottled.
Does it say what they're
the 30th of December.
Ooh, fresh?
It's still pretty fresh.
Yep.
It does not say anything other than store cold, drink fresh.
I like the tombstone. The label of the tombstones. There's 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
He's
It
sitting
doesn't
there
say
with a
anything on
shovel,
their website.
flowers. The website just gives the label. It doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't explain each beer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
There's not much on the can, right? when
No, it
comes to
doesn't
that.
say anything. It's purposely mysterious.
Yeah. Well.
I love the people that leave reviews on here. It's like poured out of a hazy, cloudy, golden yellow
Yes, I
color
did, yeah.
with a small off-white head of foam.
They're
It
just
left sticky
hardos.
rings of lace on the glass.
It smells a little more boozy when you give that initial like whiff, but definitely doesn't show in the taste.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, these are dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We might
thought
need to take
so
a minute before we go drive.
Yep.
Uber Eats?
Uber Eats. Yep. Coupon code. I'll see.
Uber Eats, and then they gotta go to a package store for
Oh, by the way,
But yeah,
Randall, can you go?
Oh, I love it.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I don't
Obviously,
have,
it's
like,
a little boozier, but it hides it.
I was gonna say I don't have like a ton to say about it. Like,
Yeah, it's just
it's not. I will give it this. It's not. Doesn't have some sort of like standout flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, the flavor in this is so much better than every other double IPA I've had. It's just the fact that we're drinking a 9.7% beer, and it doesn't taste like we are. Like that's it's like X factor, is that you're, but I can't really, and maybe it's just me, but I can't really distinguish any specific fruit flavor or citrus flavor or whatever their combination is, because we're just not getting a lot of details about it online. Whatever their combination is works.
Yeah. It's definitely. I feel like it's a bit more hop loaded.
Yes,
for
it's
me.
a little hoppier than the
Yep.
Wandering in the Fog.
Yeah. It's definitely those dry hopped. When you triple dry hop it, it definitely fills it
using
with
a lot of
that
hops.
hop flavor.
Yes, absolutely.
Which I'm not always crazy about, but I mean, I feel like in this case it works well.
Mm-hmm.
For me, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you find anything. you can-
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to know the difference between like double dry hopped and then like double IPA, because this is a triple dry hopped, but it's still a double IPA. So like, what's
Yeah,
the distinguishing
triple and the
factors?
double.
So I'm going to do a little reading, because as we've been called, we are beer explorers. We're not beer snobs on this podcast.
No.
Exactly. Yes.
We are in no way masters of the beer and brewing processes.
No, we're
But-
just good at drinking.
Yes, we can definitely drink.
We are the
Beer.
Dora of beer.
Yes, we can. All right, cool.
Boots and super cool.
Well, should we get into the album? I could do a little.
Oh wait,
Oh, you
hold
got
on.
it. Oh.
I found the Instagram post from Abomination Brew Co.
Yes.
Here we go. if you will. 9.7 triple dry hop double IPA, commemorating another year that doesn't deserve much commemoration. This year's send-off features a massive triple dry hopping of Citra, Galaxy, Mosaic, and Enigma hops. These won't be around long, so
Very
stock up
similar
now.
to the last one.
Yeah, and then it just talks about their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your hops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, pretty standard in a Citra kind of
New England
hazy.
IPA.
Yeah. Super tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense why it tastes very similar to Wandering into the Fog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's great. So, and now to transition a little bit into the album of choice that I have chosen, it is Malibu from Anderson Paak. This came out in the .Paak. So this was a huge discussion, not a huge discussion, but we talked about it in the Silk Sonic episode that was 2 episodes ago. Why is it Anderson Paak? And I found it finally. So he did an interview with NPR in 2016 around the time of this album. This is his reasoning for the dot. The dot stands for detail. Always be paying attention to detail. I feel that people take you as serious as you take yourself. I spent a lot of time working on my craft, developing my style, and after I came out of my little incubation, I promised that I would pay attention to detail. And on top of that, I want to make sure that dot is always there to remind me and to remind others. It stands for detail.
Detail.
So, there you go.
Detail Paak.
Anderson Detail Paak.
Gotcha.
That's his middle name. When his mom gets mad at him.
Detail.
Anderson Detail Paak. Wash these dishes.
All right.
Yeah, so a little bit of his backstory.
Yep.
I think he was like not doing very well when he was just up and coming. I think he was like homeless for a long stretch of time. Just kind of passing out mixtapes in the street here and there. But his big break came around 2015, I think, when he was featured on Dr. Dre's album Compton. He was featured pretty prominently on like 6 tracks on there.
Okay.
So that was his big like kickoff, and then he had an album beforehand, but this was his like commercial debut. And his big thing with his albums is that he names them all after like places in California. So if you look at his discography, his most recent album was, where is it? Oh, you're just gonna show me singles. Good. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. He's got Oxnard.
Use it.
I don't either.
Sorry.
We're not listening.
Knock the charger out.
Eat it. Anyway, he's got Ventura, which is a great album in 2019. He had Oxnard the year before that, and then this album, and then he had Venice in 2014, which really didn't do crazy, but it's still pretty good. He also has a collaboration album, or a group that he calls No Worries, but it's like NX Worries. Kind of, yeah.
We should have did No Worries beer.
Oh, I didn't. Well, when we do that album, we can do that.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
So, he's rumored to be coming out with another one of those albums in this year, but he's got a lot going on. Obviously, he did his whole thing with Bruno Mars, but we're going to be focusing on the album from 2016 called Malibu. I really enjoy it. It's got a lot of like soul vibes, a lot of funk, a lot of R&B. Got hip hop elements to it. He's a little all over the place in terms of influences.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool production choices. The features on it, I think, are pretty solid. It's another hour album, so it does get a little long in the tooth after a while. But I think his singing style is very unique, a little bit raspier, at least in comparison to Bruno. But definitely has that like kind of smokes a pack then sings, but still hits it kind of like a Bruce Springsteen voice to me. And you know, for a commercial release or like a debut, at least not a debut, but his commercial like big album, I think he really knocks it out of the park on this. Sings, he raps, he plays drums on 2 of the tracks. And if you've ever listened to the Tiny Desk series from NPR, he has a fantastic one with the Free Nationals. Go listen to that. He does, I think, 3 of the tracks off of this on that. Yeah, no, it's just a fantastic album. I really love it from start to finish.
Cool.
Yeah, I think my take on the whole thing was once again, it does kind of jump all over the place, but it did have that very chill soul R&B type of vibe throughout the whole thing. I feel like just kind of like the last album we did, one of the big knocks for me at least was the length. It got to be a little monotonous just because I feel like as diverse as some of the songs were, they were all kind of the same energy, if that makes sense. So like there was never really like those couple of tracks that just banged, and then you had like your ballads. Like it was just a pretty straight soul R&B kind of vibe the whole way through, which after a while got to be a little redundant for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
It's cool like listening to him after Silk Sonic, because I never really heard him.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see where you can see his influence on the duo.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And it was kind of cool because I obviously knew, not obviously, but I knew Bruno Mars more than him.
Yes.
Going into Silk Sonic.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see what he brought to the duo, and it's clear as day. It's definitely the soul. It's the kind of odd, like, you know, musical parts. A lot of that was brought in. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this in the first place, is because, you know, I love the album that he did with Bruno. I thought that was like my favorite album of the year. But I feel like he needs a bit more of a seat at the table in terms of those 2 artists. So this is,
of course, when you hear Silk Sonic's Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak, everyone's like, "Oh, Bruno Mars!"
Right.
Like
it's a Bruno Mars album featuring him.
Yeah, he's just kind of pushed right to the side.
Yeah.
So I can get where you're coming from.
It's definitely more of a collaborative release when you
Sure.
listen to it a bit more, and his influence on that is just great. So,
let's do it.
Yeah. I love the Bird, the opening track. It's definitely very, very chill and kind of sets the vibe early. You know,
that was a good opener.
It kind of gets you into where the album is going to go a little bit.
I actually disagree. I heard this song, I was like, Oh. It was like almost like too chill for me to open because some of the other... it's not a bad song, but I just thought it was an odd song to like begin the album with. And then I think this was the one, it kind of ended abruptly.
It did. That threw me off. Like, it just...
That's one thing that is across the album, too, is that the transitions are a little strange sometimes.
Yeah.
He'll throw in, like, snippets of people just talking. And I think that has to do with the theme of, like,
for sure.
Malibu.
Well, one time I actually thought, because I was, like, listening to it on my phone, and I was, like, scrolling through Instagram, and you know how you can have your sound off or on their videos? I thought my video was on Instagram, and, like, whatever was playing in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's annoying. And I'm, like, looking, I'm like, no, my sound's off. It was talking in the back of one of the tracks.
Right.
It, like, threw me all off.
Yeah.
I was all confused.
Yeah. I mean, that stuff isn't bad. We've done a lot of albums with, you know, talking parts for sure. I just thought this song as a, you know, the opener was just an odd choice. I thought this felt like kind of like a
I can agree with that.
mid-album song to me. It's not a bad song.
As a song,
chill.
I like it.
Yeah.
But I can agree with you on that. It's definitely a little... The next songs, that's my...
Oh, yeah. Heart Don't Stand a Chance is a great one. That's one that he did on the Tiny Desk, which is just fantastic.
And that wasn't a single either, right?
I don't know what the singles were.
Singles
for this
are The Season / Carry Me, Am I Wrong, Room in Here, and Come Down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this wasn't a single. This is a fucking song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the one he plays drums on.
Yep. He did this on, did drums on 2 and 12, which is your prime.
It has a Roots vibe to me.
Okay.
Like Questlove and Black Thought. Yeah, this is a good soulful kind of R&B funk.
Such a great song.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yep.
Yeah.
And his voice works really well on it.
Yeah. Because he's got a very unique voice.
It's very different.
For sure. Yeah.
You almost kind of don't think it should sound good, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so different and kind of, like you said, it's raspy, but kind of whiny, kind of nasally.
Yeah.
You know, but it just fits what he does. I gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah. It's definitely unique and kind of fits himself into his own niche category.
Yeah. No,
but this one is the vibiest for me.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites on the whole album.
Yeah. I like the synth kind of outro going with like about a minute left towards the end.
Step in this.
Ride cymbal going, it's kind of open and airy.
You got the snare plus the claps.
Yeah.
Like, you have the snare with the accent of the electronic over it.
Yep. Good
which
mix.
just really you feel that beat because of that.
For sure.
Yeah, I like the line, your heart don't stand a chance, I'm waiting for the white flag, you're talking with the blunt in your hand, hey, won't you pass that?
Yeah.
Hope my mom's not listening, but this is a good album to partake in.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see us.
I may or may not have done that many times.
That should be one of our...
Ooh.
We should just not drink.
And just smoke for an episode.
This is this is a sativa. This is a
we can drink.
This is called Mindfuck.
A Bad Son's beer, like 'ॾubiج.
ॾubiج.
Oh.
They have those THC seltzers.
Yeah.
We did them. They didn't do shit.
No. On we go.
No, those were garbage. So yeah, I like the song. I could just, and it doesn't have, like, other than that little guitar solo, you know, that's kind of like its peak. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it's just. But I could sit. I'm with him. You could just sit and vibe to this song.
Yeah.
Like. So this is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Yeah, his vocals are great. The kind of combined singing and rapping, I think, works well for his style as well.
You know what I got a big vibe from with this entire album is like that 90s Tupac,
like D'Angelo.
Like, not the rapping part as much, and like the thugness of like a Tupac style that he put out, but the music in the background gave me a very like 90s West Coast vibe.
Well, yeah, he is West Coast.
Oh, for sure.
Right? You said he names every album
after
Malibu,
California,
Venice.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I just get a very like 90s West Coast vibe
from
from all of his music.
Yeah.
I could definitely hear that for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
And then that kind of plays into the skits too, especially in this one where it ends, where he's talking about the surfer falling into the water and seeing his body spin around in the white water and then transitions into the water. But You know, fantastic track. Definitely a good one to start off with.
Yep.
And then,
I will say before we continue, I listen to a lot of my music in the car when I'm driving. This is not a good driving album for me. I got very bored.
Yeah, I can see that.
And
Well, it's more of a chill
It
release.
is chill.
It doesn't really.
This is one you got to
Yeah.
like what we're doing now. We're all listening to it. I'm getting a much different experience of the album here with it in the headphones, not focusing on a road, not focusing on anything, just sitting around and talking with.
I played it the first time while I was cleaning the house,
Mm-hmm.
and it was okay. So cleaning the house is interesting. Like what you listen to,
You're doing something, but
yeah.
it's not really.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
doesn't need a lot of
monotonous
focus.
task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It
It's like
wasn't
folding laundry.
Mundane.
It wasn't really. It didn't really do it for me cleaning either.
Yeah.
So I gotta
But
say.
I will say I'm getting a better interpretation of it now. What's the next song? The Waters.
Waters featuring BJ the Chicago Kid, which I believe is Chance the Rapper's brother or cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Let me double check that. I don't want to be wrong about that.
And I can agree with you. We were listening to it on the ride down. It's just like it
Yeah.
kind of falls into the background and you kind of lose it.
This song falls in the background to me because
Period, yeah.
you know, you think about it, you're on the highway, you got the cars driving, the horns fucking blaring.
I mean, the Waters. It was raining a lot.
Yeah.
Now,
This song has an excellent bass line that just kind of goes through it. It doesn't change throughout the whole thing. It's monotonous, but in a good way.
yeah.
Yeah. I also.
Did you find out about
Yeah, he's not his brother.
Not his
Or
brother.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking
false.
of Taylor Bennett. Yeah.
Taylor Bennett?
No, my mistake. I'm sorry, BJ.
We just lost our.
But this song is really cool in terms of like showing his artistic development, where the water is kind of like a metaphor for like getting stuck in the doldrums of not being super popular and his struggles of fame and making it big, and it can be tough to make it into like the inner circle of fame, and that's how it also works for BJ the Chicago Kid too, because he was in the same boat and he's not really as popular obviously, but it was a cool way to use that as kind of a metaphor, if you will. It was also teased in Paak's mini doc series, Animal, which I didn't know existed until right now. Pretty neat.
Or you know. Very nice.
Then you get to the season / Carry Me, which was the first single.
This is like a 2-part song. I
Yeah,
guess, right?
I'll agree. It's okay.
I did like the season part. I remember listening to the song a bunch of times, and I liked the first half of it. So I think I like the season.
What's very interesting is Bill Withers is a writer on this song.
Oh, I did not know that.
And I can understand, like, he definitely, now that says that, like, he has that vibe. Like, that chill, like, 70s funky Bill Withers. Like, I could see that in his style of music.
I wonder if he interpolated something and then he had to give him credit.
I just got to say, overall, though, this for a single especially, the song
A
doesn't...
lead single, too. I
doesn't
would have
really-
much rather liked to see, what was that second track? Heart
Don't Stand a Chance, which isn't a single.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of... It's weird, but, like, because Heart Don't Stand a Chance was so early, and was such a good song, like, that set the bar for me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the rest of the album, like, very rarely met that bar.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the song, in my opinion.
This interpolates Jay-Z's "This Can't Be Life," by the way, if you were wondering.
See.
So he was also on this, but yeah, I mean, it is a double song or like a side A, side B single. It's okay. It's more laid back, but kind of powerful in its way. But yeah, I can understand why it's not super intense. It's a weird single choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Joe said, weird for a lead single, too.
Yeah, but this one's definitely the more chill of the chill songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is chill.
Oh, bro, this song's chill. I'm sorry.
Put Me Through picks it up a little bit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the
Put Me
guitar
Through's
and
great.
vocals in this one.
Yeah.
Like, and it's short. Nice short banger, like, yeah.
I like the tight drums. It's very, like, the sound's, like, compressed. Yeah.
Yep.
You can hear exactly what's going on.
Put me through. I love his singing on this.
This one sounds like something that could be on...
Silk Sonic.
Yes.
Okay, I can see that.
Obviously not as grand and like hotel lounge, but just I hear his vocals on that album very easily.
I love Genius Annotations, by the way. Put Me Through directly follows the season/Carry Me, where the final words we hear are from a psychologist and a masochist. This leads into a BDSM style song where Anderson describes his love for pain in the sexual relationship.
Okay.
So apparently, that's what the song is about.
Interesting.
Why the hell would you run this game? Both my hands are tied. Afraid of thinking I dug my own grave. Fuck around with this. Strange and elusive.
Really like that just driving piano.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
it
keeps
is.
everything going.
It is a song about him, like, getting beat up during sex. The chorus is, there I go, volunteering punishment, self-inflicted pain, sickness overused, way overused. Huh. It must be what you put me through.
Interesting.
It's kind of neat. I didn't know that until right now.
Neat.
That's pretty neat, gang.
He loves getting beat up during sex. It's so neat.
Yeah, I love the piano kind of lead that keeps the track very, very locked and grounded.
And focused and
and everything.
Yeah.
Staccato.
Yeah,
and
on pace.
The vocals in the back, those oohs, are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this picks it back up after the last track was kind of a sleepy not a dark horse, but just sleepy.
Yes.
Gonna let it ride. And it's a little bit shorter too, a bit less than 3 minutes. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that song. And then Am I Wrong even has like a good driving groove to it.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's
Nice little
definitely
bass line.
a bit more funky. I think 𝗙𝗃 𝗪𝗃 does a great job on this. More of a danceable beat, I guess.
Kind of like disco-y.
Yeah.
It's a bit more. You could probably hear it in the club, maybe like a 3 a.m. club song.
It's
where you're trying to get everyone.
It was the next single.
That's right. It was a
It
single.
is, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has a lot of streams for some reason.
This is his second album, you said?
Yeah, but it was his first after he kind of got
Yeah.
very popular from the Doctor,
2016.
who is going to be in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl halftime show will be Dr. Dre.
Yes.
With
Yes.
Kendrick and
Mary J. Blige
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
and Eminem.
Eminem's gonna be it. Huh. I'm sorry.
Looking forward to it. It is okay.
Yeah.
Wait, when will this come out, this episode?
Oh, that's a good point.
Because if it's around the Super Bowl, that's pretty cool. Because the Super Bowl's in LA.
Let me pull this up. So
February
that one just came
13th?
out. This would be the second episode, which will be. I need to pull up the calendar. No, it'll be out the 30th of January.
Just before. Okay,
Yep.
that's right.
I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's cool. Timely. I like the horns of this song towards the end. Yeah, this is a good song.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting such a different interpretation
Yeah.
of this. And the other time, too, is when I'm, like, at work, like, in the office, like, doing things. But, again, I'm focused doing something. I'm not... Mm-hmm. This is just a much better song, like, chilling. Or a much better album.
This is an ass shaker for me.
Good song.
Shake that ass. Watch yourself.
No, sorry, you have to pay for that.
Next up is Without You.
Oh yeah, I love this
featuring
track.
Rhapsody.
I love this track. I put this on one of my year-end playlists. I forget which one it was.
2022?
I think it was 2019.
Oh, 2019.
2022 is out though. If you want to,
You started compiling songs?
I'm about to like 7 or 8 tracks already.
Oh wow, nice.
Pretty good. So,
Nice.
but yeah, no, this song is great. I don't know what it is. Rhapsody does a great song, great job on it. I just love the instrumental.
Yeah.
It is pretty repetitive, but I love how like shimmering it is.
Yeah.
Those little like those whatever I think it's like a Rhodes or something like that. More lovey track, kind of a bit in his feelings, and just great all around. Rhapsody does a great job as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The chorus is like the kind of mumbly.
The touching, the biting, and tucking.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I know I love
There's like a lot of
you.
hissing and whispering. It kind of got annoying for me.
Yeah,
But
you can't really sing along to it.
Yeah, the instrumentals are good.
I have dreams that I would blow like a Nintendo cartridge.
Then you got Parking Lot. which me and Tom actually skipped in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song's a skip.
Wasn't a big fan of this
After
one either.
like a minute of it, Tom goes, "We're going to the next one," and we just skipped it. It's just
The way it starts up, it sounds like a Spotify ad with that kind of like.
yeah, I can see that.
Want a break from the ad?
Yeah, it's just something.
But
It was kind of an annoying song.
it's a little repetitive. It's those cymbals that keep going in the back.
Yeah.
Probably my least favorite song on the album. Definitely worth the skip.
The drums are kind of cool, a little jazzy, a little jazz break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bit. It's like kaleidoscopic, but like not really.
I feel like there were a few songs from this point on, but for the most part, like it just kind of started to
Yeah.
get a little bit monotonous.
There are a couple songs that I do really enjoy in the latter half, but
Yeah, me too.
it is a little wish-washy right now.
Yeah, even Lightweight,
I kind of like this one.
not a terrible song, but
There are really good grooves on this. This
Yes.
one is produced by a guy called 𝗙𝗀 𝗪𝗲𝗯, who is a really, really good producer. I enjoy a lot of their work. So it's not from him, but it's a bit more dancier.
Yeah. I like the 4 on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really can't
like this
fuck
one.
with that. I really can't fuss about it. I like that part.
I also kind of like how it gradually like came in at the beginning. Like they turned up the volume.
Yeah. Once you get further into the track, it does
Yeah.
get a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost sounded like a Pink Floyd song as it came in. One
yeah, I was just saying.
like The Wall or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That
Oh, yeah.
psychedelic sound.
Yeah. Yeah, a solid track.
And then Room in Here is just a classic like jazz rap beat produced by a guy called Like.
This was the 3rd single.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, not a bad song.
I like the
Yeah,
drum beat.
I mean,
Might be the most like single-ish of the singles,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
it
Like
does.
it sounds like
I know
a
what you
single.
mean. Yeah.
It sounds like a single, sounds like a song that would be popular among, people who listen to multiple genres. Like with the single, right? You're trying to get everybody's attention. And I feel like this so far is the first one that has that range.
Yeah.
I feel like the season Carry Me was a little Am I Wrong was okay. Like this is the first one that I'd be like, okay, I could see a lot of people listening and enjoying this.
Yeah. Pretty standard on the lyrical front, where he talked about, just wanting to get a girl back to his place. Like, there's room in here. You can come. Ain't nobody but you and me in here. Yeah, what could we do in here? It's like, okay. I get it. And then The Game has a verse on the latter half.
Wow.
Yes, who just put out the track with Kanye where he disses Pete Davidson.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Damn.
God save me for that crash so I could go and beat Pete Davidson's ass.
love-
And then it goes, who?
I love the meme of Pete Davidson holding Jason Momoa's hand and it
Yeah.
goes, he just won't stop.
He just won't stop. I saw that the other day.
I sent that to you guys.
Yeah, right. That's
That
how
was
I get.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny. But
Pete Davidson. Yeah.
another track that's like, okay.
Yeah.
I really only like Waterfall because it says interlude.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Interlude versus
Yeah,
interlude.
just, pretty chill, funky track.
Short,
Yeah.
quick.
You could bang to this.
Minutemen.
No comment. Minutemen. Listen, for the guys out there, if you bust fast, this is the song you got to put
This
on.
is it.
It is intermixes Isley Brothers.
Ooh.
Yes. Also, this is a Grammy nominated album.
Is it?
Yes, it was nominated for Best Urban Contemporary Album of 2017. It lost to Beyonce's Lemonade, which is fair because that's a good album as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because it got the credit it deserved, I think, and it really launched his career after that. He started doing. Jesus Christ, sounds like someone's always knocking on that door.
I think that was the chair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm really glad his career really launched from this point because he started doing collabs with like Kendrick, like I said, Bruno Mars, obviously. All the really big features on this. Rhapsody, Schoolboy Q is really big. He does Talib Kweli on the latter half, which is obviously he's got his whole thing. So I'm just glad that he got the credit he deserved from this. But your prime because after this.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a big fan of your prime.
Yeah, kind of weird like fight intro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then when the groove kind of came in, it was just at that tempo where you can kind of like nod out a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it got pretty rough in the latter half of that.
Yeah.
Make the big. It's like okay. However, fucking come down.
Yeah. Now,
and that's the last single, right?
Yeah.
That was his fourth.
Listen to that bass line though.
Yeah. I've heard this before. This
is
was in
on
a commercial for something, or
this was the first track he did on the Tiny Desk.
Yeah. This was in a commercial for something.
Be.
I don't know, but I have heard this song before, and I never knew it was him.
Yeah, the song was featured in a Nike commercial for Kevin Durant's new signature shoe, the Zoom KD9, as well as the Madden 17 main menu track list.
Okay. It could be the Nike commercial.
Yeah.
I probably saw that. I haven't played a Madden game since '03. Marshall Faulk on the cover.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I got Madden 98 for the N64.
Nice. There you go.
Last one I played was Madden 2012 with Peyton Ellis. Or no, what's the Browns running back? That was only good for that 1 year.
Hillis.
Yeah, Peyton Hillis.
Remember him? That was the year they did like the fan vote. It was like a bracket of who you want on the cover.
Spent a lot of money on Ultimate Team that year. Anyway, I love this song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Might be my favorite. Okay. Ever come? I just love like the chanty chorus.
Yeah.
To get this high off.
I think from a song standpoint, this might be the one that is most tangible, if you will. Like, it has a catchy chorus. The verse is good. The groove is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone like me who hasn't heard a lot by him, I like latched right onto this song for sure.
It's a whole lot of reefer. Let me help you with the pre.
Yeah, it's a good song. It just plays well. I get what you're saying. It's like
good hook.
I think it picked up the latter half of the album too, like you were saying.
Yeah, I will start. Even now I'm still kind of.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a fantastic track, and it has over 120 million streams. So I think it's his most popular track if you don't count Silk Sonic, which you can't really see, but yeah. Very, very chanty, a lot of fun. And then track right after that, Silicon Valley.
Slow jam. Yeah.
It's all about this girl that he meets that has fake tits and a fake ass. Silicon Valley.
I like it.
And he just said, like, the chorus is like, they say the heart is underneath the guarded insecurities. I finally found the key underneath the garments. That's the double D's.
Interesting.
It's great. What's beneath them tiggle bitties? And then on the bridge, where I think they're actually like fucking, he's like, before you pop that bottom, before you get buck naked, and then he asks like, can I squeeze or just be safe? And then she's like, yeah, for sure. He's like, tell me when it reads on the expiration date. She's like, I just got him. And then he keeps like going on. And at the end, she's like, can you fuck me already? And then he gets back in the chorus. It's just really, really funny. Shows his humor off a lot. So
yeah.
I like that little stutter at the end of the chorus. Like,
yeah.
Kind of shakes it up a little bit. It is a little bit slower. But I mean, that's kind of...
It's not a bad thing. I thought it was a good use of that tempo.
Yeah. These two tracks back to back definitely were good pick-me-up for the album.
For sure.
Same old shit to me. Sorry. Celebrate's okay.
Yeah. Just everything. He's very, if you like, a lot of his rhythm is just drum heavy, like with like different little fills, stuff like that. He's definitely got that funk style with the drums too. It's very like, you don't get a lot of like that low end on them. They're very high pitched and like that jazzy funk style drums, but that's a big focus throughout the entire album.
Yeah, this song I can hear like bands like St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
Or like
that
Alabama
soul style.
Shakes.
That soul bluesy style that on and off throughout the entire album.
Yeah.
I got that vibe.
Yeah, decent song.
Yeah, very celebratory, if you will.
Yeah. Again, I'm just losing a little focus at this point.
Okay.
Like having a hard time seeing it as a total album. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to just hear kind of the individual songs separate from one another.
Okay.
There were just a few songs like dead center of the album that kind of lost it for me.
Yeah.
And made me appreciate the ending of the album a little less. Because I really like Come Down, really like Silicon Valley. Celebrate's a good song. And then we have our closer, The Dreamer. 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗃.
Yes, he's half of Black Star.
Okay.
Rap group.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a Kanye-esque closing track that kind of like brings everyone together and kind of gives it a good celebratory send off. That's a bit more like coming together than Celebrate was.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like the 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗃 had a really great verse. Just pretty solid throughout the whole thing. But I mean, is it the best closer I've ever heard? No.
No.
I understand. By this time, you're kind of worn out from the sound.
Yeah. I think that was one of like Silk Sonic's like positives was it was a shorter album.
Right.
So like you heard this style of music for half the amount of time you heard this album for. You know, 'cause it's a very similar kind of sound and
Okay.
I just needed a pick me up at some point or something a little more energetic and I
Yeah.
feel like I kind of was losing it especially towards the latter half.
Well, I mean, with this genre of like hip neo soul, more R&B, that's kind of the vibe that it goes for. It's just a little, smoother and slower. So I understand that, but I mean, that's like just what he's going for.
Got it. Might as well finish it off.
Well, that sounds good.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the album. I enjoyed it for what he kind of came out with. I mean, obviously there's one before this. I didn't really listen to that though. I probably should though, because there's some good songs on there apparently. But for someone making their name and then to have it Grammy nominated, it's like shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And
He had a lot of good collabs on it.
yes, and I think
That was one of my favorite things about the album.
the production was pretty decent as well. Instrumentation, kept it pretty authentic. I think didn't sound too overproduced in any way, and just pretty enjoyable all around. Something I could definitely just put on and chill out to.
Yep, for sure.
Mink.
All right.
Tracks.
Let's do it. Tomas?
I'm gonna have to go with "Come Down." I think is definitely my favorite. There's a couple that could get to that point, but I'll give it to that just because I really like the vibe that it puts out. A lot chantier. It's funny too. He doesn't really sing too much on this. It's just like him rapping and
Hyping almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like something you could go to like a place maybe like New Orleans or like somewhere like that and see in one of those clubs, like the band performing. So
Come Down contains a sample of the Israeli national anthem.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's the.
I think it was the best single. Like, if you
Yeah.
look at all four, it was definitely the best single and one of the better songs on the album.
So,
I agree.
that yours? Mm-hmm. Sure, we'll make it a three-way.
I know we went out of order, but that was
Yeah.
because you gave me the nod.
That is
we were
okay.
all,
Yeah.
we were all picking the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yep. Come Down is mine too.
Okay.
It was hard to pick because there were like maybe two others I was considering. But for my bottom track, I'm going to go with Your Prime. I feel like that was one of those middle of the album tracks that was just kind of didn't offer too much to the table for me and kind of just brought it down for me. Like made me lose interest a little bit. But then Come Down came in right after that and kind of saved the ending of the album for me. So yeah, that's mine.
I think Parking Lot.
Yeah,
It
I
just,
don't
there
like
just
that one
wasn't
either.
anything really there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with Joe. I think Your Prime is probably the worst. It's like it changes up the tempo, but like it just sounds too bouncy and like not really can't really hold it down too much.
Yeah.
Didn't really stay too long for me. Usually a skip when I listen, but Sleepy Dark Horse. I don't know if I could pick one. Obviously, Heart Don't Stand a Chance is great. I think that's what you guys will probably go with. But I'll do a classic Joe Sod and do a couple. I'm gonna say The Bird was really great. I love how it just kicked off the beginning of the album. definitely a good one for me. Put Me Through, I really love that as well. Without You, I think I'll say Without You if I had to pick just one. I really love that one.
Yep.
And Silicon Valley, just those are really strong ones for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel weird picking "Heart Don't Stand a Chance." It's the second track on the album. So if you're listening,
it's not a single.
I know it's not a single, but if you are listening to the album, you're gonna hit it. It's the second track. But I think in terms of him as an artist, this is it. I mean, this is a great song. Great song. So that's mine. But definitely going to shout out a couple others Tom said.
Ooh.
I did like, I liked Am I Wrong?
Yep.
That's a great track. Without You was really good. And I think that was it. What were the couple others you said?
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, that one. Yeah, it was a clever song lyrically. And the ballady kind of smooth R&B styles kind of complemented the song very well.
I like how he started it with all that ass you're carrying. You got to be shitting me.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, the play on words all over that was just a lot of fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Heart Don't Stand a Chance was my favorite song on the entire album, but I left it for my Sleepy Dark Horse because it's not a single, and I get it. It's the beginning of the album, so.
You don't have to choose a single for your favorite song.
I know that, but I know that, but I just tend to lean that.
You're
way.
spreading your acknowledgments.
Yeah, throughout.
Because if you chose this as your top song, what would you choose as?
Then I would have Put Me Through.
Put Me Through.
Put Me Through. So that was my runner-up for the Sleepy Dark Horse.
Okay. All right.
I mean, every track on this has almost like 15 million streams, so it's not really
I like
ground.
Put Me Through. I thought I had good energy. I liked that guitar riff and the drums, the way they played together. Good vocals, and I also liked the fact that it was nice and short, so it didn't drag on. Like it just gave its little bump, went through, and then moved on.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That was definitely a good song. But Heart Don't Stand a Chance. Like how that's not a single, just still.
Such a great song.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Let's rate it. I will start since I chose it. I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think it had a lot of heart to it. A great commercial debut. Great singing, great production choices. There are a couple skips in the mid to latter half of the album, which keeps it from being really, really good. But just such a unique voice in the genre, and I can definitely see why Bruno chose him to represent the other half of Silk Sonic. And great features, great outside production from other artists as well. So yeah, it's an 8 for me.
Cool. Wow. I'm struggling on this one. Rating it. I think I'm going to give it... I was originally going to do a 5.5. I'm up to a 6 now. Ooh. I think
you bumped it.
My session here and hearing your knowledge about him and the songwriting and everything and kind of the backlog helped me out. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 because there are a lot of great elements to this album. I think overall it was a little too on the slow end. I would have liked a little more variety. But yeah, 6 for me.
Okay. Michael?
That's where I am. 6. I almost feel like listening to Silk Sonic before we listened to this hurt this.
Yes, yeah.
Because I can sense what Anderson Paak did for Silk Sonic, but now I can also see how Bruno Mars stepped him up a level.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? So
they're both testing each other.
Yeah, so I definitely can see how the Silk Sonic album wouldn't have been the same without Anderson Paak.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I can also see how the fact that Bruno Mars is on that album made Anderson Paak better.
Okay. But that's
also... so I feel like that almost... And plus in my head, I'm almost comparing the two, and Silk Sonic being a shorter album, a little more energy, having that Bruno Mars side of things was definitely a better album than this one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so it kind of hurt my outlook on this album right from the beginning. Whether that's fair or not, it is what it is. And I felt like, along with Joe, it was a little long and kind of a little too mellow to keep my attention for that length of time. So I started to get a little bit sidetracked.
To your point, let's keep in mind, like, this one came out, 2015, 2016?
Yeah, early 2016.
So, like, he has, 2 or 3 albums since this?
3, yeah. If you count Silk Sonic, I think it's 3 after this.
Okay, so maybe he developed the sound a little more.
Oh, yeah. He definitely gets a bit more contemporary.
I would hate to compare this album to 𝗙𝗪 because, you know, 𝗙𝗪 just came out last year, 2021, and then there's been a lot of time since this album came out. So
I think it was just natural for me to do that because of how close we were in recording these and listening to these, and never hearing Anderson Paak, and have been listening to 𝗔𝘀 𝗪𝗲 for 12 years now, you know, knowing since his first album came out, it's got to be 10, 12 years at this point.
Yeah.
You know, so you're looking at, it was just hard for me to get out of that mindset. And I think that definitely didn't help.
Yeah. I think down the road we could do his album 𝗙𝗪 in 2019. It's only 40 minutes and only 11 tracks. And I love that album too.
Cool.
But
it'd be interesting to hear something more recent from him, and compare it to something like a 𝗙𝗪, and to really see his input on it. Yeah.
So what are we feeling on this Fuck 2021 as well?
Fuck 2021 as well.
I will go. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. The only reason for that being we just did the Wandering into the Fog, and it's pretty similar to that. I think. Obviously, this is a bit more boozy, and you can taste that a little bit more. But it's still really well balanced. I think what how they achieve that style definitely is definitely top notch from Abomination. I don't know the original beer they did with Fuck 2020, so I can't really compare it to that. But if you're looking for a pretty solid double, that you know, well, definitely you got to take it seriously. This is the one you got to go for. So. Yeah, 7.5.
All right. A big factor when I rate my beers is drinkability. Like, is this a one-off, or can I drink a couple of these and have it be a long-lasting sipper? This one, I can drink maybe one, and then the flavor kind of gets in your head a little bit. And, whereas I hate to compare, but Wandering in the Fog was that I could drink a lot of that, even though it's a double. But I'm saying like. The flavor, it was a better flavor. So this one I'm going to rank a little lower. I'm going to give this one I think I'm going to give it a 7. Did you say 7.5 or 7?
I did say 7.5.
All right, so I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
Yeah. But still a great beer. I mean, they're knocking it out of the park. I don't think I've had a bad beer by them.
No. Me and Joe were just on point today.
Yeah. Lockstep.
Just right, like, boom. Have we yet... Well, other than Alter Bridge, you scored higher, but other than that, we've been bang, bang, bang.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going 7.
7.
Nice.
I think Wandering in the Fog is a more drinkable beer. I agree with you. I think the thing with this is, okay, so we don't know Fuck 2020 or whatever the other one was because we didn't drink it. But to go to this, other than the alcohol percent boost, it didn't have any X factor. Like, it didn't have any, maybe a little bit citrusy than the other, a little more citrus, but it wasn't enough to make this I have to go get this beer.
Right.
I also like the fact that it seems like this is going to be like rotational. Like, you had Fuck 2020, 2021, 2021 as well, or whatever the kind of rotation is.
Yeah.
Wandering in the Fog is a steady beer for them.
Yeah.
Which I think is a plus because a lot of their beers are rotational, which is great, but you can always count on having Wandering into the Fog ready to go.
Yep. And there's different variations too.
And I'm sure, because that seems like to be their thing, is they vary off of. And again, kind of hurt the rating of this by having just done Wandering into the Fog. Yeah. Just like I feel like my rating of the album was hurt a little bit by doing 𝗙𝗪 recently. So
it's very existential.
I think Tom's combination right now didn't stand a chance.
Like my heart.
Like a sophomore slump.
My heart don't stand a chance.
Yes.
Nice.
Shout them out.
Shout them out. We have Abomination Brewing Co. on Instagram. Again, we've talked about them a lot. Go check them out. Great beers. We also have, you ready for this? Anderson _Paak.
Ooh, the underscore's in between the dot and Paak?
Yes.
That hurts.
On the Instagrams.
But there's no dot in the Anderson Paak.
Yeah, what's the website?
AndersonPaak.com.
So there's no dot at all.
So it's not Anderson.Paak.com.
Interesting. It would have been funny if they wrote the word dot.
Anderson DOT.
Yeah. But yeah, check him out too. Good vibe to him as well. And
Joe, can I just let you know that your new earplugs came in?
Oh, did they? Great.
They did. They just were delivered.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Joe uses my Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So I get the emails when
Yeah.
he orders something.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I've been ordering a lot lately.
You
probably.
I was a little strange with the ski
goggles. Do you now know why I bought the ski goggles?
I saw it had something to do with Tribus and
Tribus had a ski event.
All of a sudden, I see
dressed
Joe's
like you just finished skiing.
I see Joe's buying ski goggles and shit, and I'm like, I live near Mount Sellington. If you really wanted to go skiing, we could have gone. I would have been.
Yeah, no.
We could have rented some stuff and gone. It's a good time. I love it.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple times.
But
this is strange. And then it was a post of him at Tribus drinking, and it was an Aspen ski thing, and I was like,
yeah, that was it.
Got it.
Après ski, meaning after you're done skiing, you go for drinks and food. Tribus had an event. Anyway,
it was funny.
That's what I do.
So 72.
I'm monitoring all Joe Sound's Amazon purchases.
Yeah, better be careful.
Uh-oh. That's a good point.
72. Michael, this is your episode coming up.
Yes. So originally, I was going to do the 2020 release by Jelly Roll. Mm-hmm. Is that not Ballads of the Broken? That was just actually he had so many fucking albums, one after the other.
Yeah,
it was crazy, and they're
A Beautiful Disaster.
All good, but A Beautiful Disaster was his most recent album. And it's
he has one 2021. Ballads of the Broken.
Okay, so that is Ballads of the Broken. Then is the one that I was going to originally do. It's the first Jelly Roll album I heard. It was a great album, 30 minutes, bang, bang, bang. Well, then all of a sudden, I was going backlogging, and I listened to Self-Medicated. And Self-Medicated had his first real big song called Save Me on it, which I love, acoustic kind of ballad. I learned to play it, sing it, the whole deal. And when I was listening to that, I just felt like it had a little bit more oomph to it. Mm-hmm. Ballads of the Broken was very ballady based. It was a lot of slower kind of songs. And this just had a little more of the hip-hop and kind of rock side of things. Fortunately, it was a little longer. It was 50-something minutes. Mm-hmm. But I just felt like when I was listening to it, it was just a bunch of one good song after the other. I really enjoyed it. And he seems to be this all of a sudden out of nowhere, up and coming. He's been around for a while, but just seems like he's getting his stardom now. We just got tickets to go see him. We're going in April. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I love this album. I thought it was a great album. And we are going to compare it with Sweet Baby Jesus from 𝗔𝘀 𝗪𝗲𝗹𝗑. Right? 𝗔𝘀 in New Jersey. So a little peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly roll?
Credit Doug Preston.
Yes. Dougie P.
For his thoughts.
Cool.
Shout out, Doug.
Yeah, man.
Well, there you have it. Another episode in the books. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We have been the Hops and Bops podcast. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We're streaming wherever you get your podcasts. If you search for us, we're probably
Anywhere.
there. The big ones, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. All our episodes, visual episodes, are on YouTube. Check us out there. Interact with us. Hit us up. If you want to hear a specific album, do it. Specific beer, do it. If you have an idea for an episode, do it. We'd love to hear from you. So check us out, and we'll see you next time. For Tom and Mike, I've been Joe.